Hi everyone, Cindy Olin here with Create Your Own Luck and Love and your host for the Successful Woman's Guide to Meet and Marry Her Man. And I am so excited to be here with you guys tonight. Feel free to send me some hearts, some love, questions, comments. I'm going to be sharing with you around the topic of, are you hard to love? Do you, and give me a shout out. Let me know if you can hear me all right, how the sound is. I have some new sound effects. So, whoops. Now I'm throwing around my new microphone. And hold on. Give me 1 second as I mess that up. So, at any rate, I want to hear from you. I want to hear about what it is this is my son's little coloring book. Anyway, so I want to hear from you, hear about any questions that you have, comments, anything like that when it comes to dating, relationships, life, all that good stuff. But the number one thing I want to get into is, are you hard to love? What makes a woman hard to love? I hear that. I hear this often, like not feeling like you're enough, not, getting into relationships, things starting out well, and then it turns into, not such a good thing, or he starts to pull away. So there's some reasons why I'm going to share with you, you might be hard to love. So the men are far more simple than women. So let me get to the point here. Men want to know how they can make you happy. Number one. They want to know how they can make you happy. So if you're dating them, if you're in a relationship, let's just say you're dating them, they want to know what would make you happy. If you're walking down the street and you're in a little shop and you say, wow, I love this whatever. I love this cute little box. Oh gosh, the things that I would put into here. Oh, it would make me so happy to have this. I love those beautiful roses. Oh, it'd make me so happy to have roses. I would literally smell them all day long. They make a home smell so fragrant and fresh. Roses make me so happy. Those are very simple things to say. If a man is, if what makes you hard to love is if you're emotionally hard to handle. So if you're never happy when you're with him, if you're not authentically sharing what's coming up for you, and not in a bitching and a moaning way, but really in a way that you're sharing what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And if a man is constantly feeling like, I've got to take care of her, I've got to take care of her emotions, think about it. As a woman and from a teenager, we had to learn how we were, we had hormones going all over the place. And as a woman, once a month, our hormones kind of go crazy, right? And men love the crazy liveliness about us. However, they don't like to have to manage you all the time. If you're not going to be happy if he doesn't do one thing right. Let me give you an example. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I actually do this too. And it was funny that she had brought this up. She was saying how she chivalry is really important to her. She loves doors being opened for her. She loves, she likes to feel like her man thinks about her when she's not there. She also likes to feel like she's a lady, right, in the relationship. And how does she feel that way? Well, let me tell you. For example, if she's in the car and her husband gets out of the car and he forgets to come around and open her door. Remember, we teach people how to treat us. Oftentimes as women, there's a couple things that go on. One, we let it slide if he doesn't open up the car door. And two, we stop being patient with the things that he does. And he'll look at her like, what's your problem? We didn't open the door. And he comes around, opens up the door, and what happens after that? Well, she's like, oh, thanks, babe, I love you. And they get out, they go along their merry pathway. So the reason why I'm explaining this to you guys is it's highly important when it comes to relationships, relationship development, that you express what you want and need and what would make you really happy. But here's the deal, you guys. Here's the deal. He's not always going to do it. But if you're teaching them how to treat you, there is a bit of a dance there. Relationships are a dance. You're teaching them how you want to be treated. That's the difference between how many of you guys have been in a relationship with a guy that never really wanted to commit to you, didn't want what you wanted, or, the relationship ended, and then the next thing you know, he married someone else. All in favor, say aye. I've been there too. And the relationship, it's completely different. It's because she set boundaries and she taught him how to treat her. But, are you hard to please? If you cannot be made happy by a man and you know who you are, and I'm not out there to offend you, but I am out there to say, hey, wake up. You can be a queen, but it's not about being hard to please. And a man is not a mind reader. So if you say, hey, nothing would make me happier than us spending a beautiful weekend together, hiking, whatever, at your beautiful cabin. Gosh, I'd love to have a getaway. That would make me so happy to spend that with you. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's the same thing when a man does something nice for you. And I'm going to give you an example. I have a client of mine that's in a relationship with her soulmate, and he adores her. And she had something happen. Her insurance company dropped her because of the amount of claims she had. I think she'd gotten a ticket. I don't know, but those things happen, right? And she was panicking in her mind. She's like, I don't know what insurance company is going to take me. And her man said, let me take care of it. She said, okay. And he did. And he's like, hey, I got you on insurance. It's no problem. We're good. And he goes, and let me take care of your insurance for you. So here's where she went a little sideways and where our coaching came in, is she said, are you sure? If you say to a man, are you sure? What happens is that's an emasculation, and it's actually showing him that you're not actually sure if you believe in him, if you believe in his ability to pay. And she said to me, well, we'll see. I said, if you don't actually believe in his ability to pay, if you don't have faith in him and you're not putting trust in him, then guess what? He's going to feel that. So when your man does that, instead of saying, are you sure? And you get the opportunity now to go back to him and say, babe, thank you so much for taking care of my insurance. I so appreciate you. You are my hero. Thank you so much. Receiving something that a man so much wants to give to you is huge. He will appreciate it. He will want to do more of what makes you happy, and he wants to be directed. Is he going to give you everything you want? The answer is no. But if you, and there are some things that are going to be more challenging, that are values of yours. But if you have certain values, what's really important to you? If you know that you want to be the #1 priority in his life, or maybe you're later on in life and he has children and you've both been divorced and you both have children, and there's the priority with the children, but are you someone that's number 3 or 4 on his list? Are you number 4 after work, his children, his ex-wife, blah, blah, blah? You get it, right? So if you want to be higher on somebody's priority list, you say, look, I want to be in a relationship where I'm high on someone's priority list. I'm number 1 or 2 next to your children, right? Send me hearts, send me love. Write your questions, comments. My name's Cindy Olin with Create Your Own Luck and Love, and I am talking I'm talking to you tonight for just a few more minutes about, are you hard to love? When you get triggered, do your emotions go crazy? Do you cut and run? Do you get into an entitled place? Do you get angry? Do you freak out? Do you not trust him? If you don't trust him, it shows that you don't trust yourself and you're projecting something else. So going back to, if you want to be high on the priority list, you let him know, this is something that's a must-have for me. It's most important to me to be with somebody that values me, that I am very high on their priority list. I am very high on the, what their priorities are in life. And believe me, the right man, you don't have to do all the heavy lifting. He will come to you. He will be the one that pursues you, and he will pull away. And if you're triggered by that, then what will happen, and you start chasing him, it changes the trajectory of the relationship. And do you understand men? Do you understand the way men are? If you're in a relationship and you become complacent, or you're not actually doing the dance of putting the effort forth, believe you me, the relationship will get stale to him. So, and it may get stale to you too. It's not about adding spice and drama and, spiking up your sex life. Yes, that's important, but there are other things like, Are you doing things that wow him in your life, that inspire him? And I'll get more into that in detail. But if you're needy, and needy is not what a lot of women think. Vulnerability is not needy. Speaking up for yourself and sharing what your needs are not needy. Needy is, I need to have all your attention all the time. I cannot fulfill myself in my life. Needing to control, needing to fill the dark spaces in his life, or needing to people please to create a deeper connection with him. It doesn't work, you guys. It absolutely does not work. And if you start getting lopsided where you're doing more in that relationship, I guarantee you he starts taking you for granted, and he's not going to appreciate who you are as a woman. So, and it's very good to have a little bit of mystery. Keeping some things to yourself, not going into, well, I think the problem in our relationship is this. No, men are action oriented. So if you chat or, share in a way like, hey babe, I am so happy about this and I'm feeling challenged around blank. What do you think? What do you think about that? Men understand action. They understand communication. It would make me really happy if X was the result. They want to make you happy, especially the right man. And if you're continually in this hamster wheel of getting into relationships that aren't really going to fulfill you, then guess what? Or different guy, same relationship, and maybe you don't think they're the same relationship, but you're having similar results, I guarantee you're getting into the same relationship. And a lot of that is due to not being able to see your own blind spots, not having not having support around this. You can read books, you can listen to me, but if you get support around your love life, hire a coach, that knows what's going on and understands men and man language. How many of you guys want to understand men? How many of you guys want man language? Send me hearts, send me thumbs up, tell me what you think, and I'm here. I'm ready to talk to you about man language. Give me your comments, post below. I hope this is helpful. Again, if you're fighting, if you're pouting, if you're in a place where you're never happy, or you get to a certain point in relationship and you don't feel satisfied, or you feel like you're trying to pull things out of him, then you're in a place of a never-ending cycle. And if you teach people how to treat you, then you actually have a far better chance in creating the kind of relationship that you want. And letting it go. Putting that as your intention and letting it go. If you can be who you want to be fully self-expressed, and continue to put effort in. It's like putting effort around your looks, your health, your, things in your life. If you want a man to accept you for who you are, great, but be the best version of you. What is that? Continue to do that. I'm continually looking to be a better version of myself as a coach, as a mother, as a partner, as my way of being, so that I can always evolve and grow, right? So you guys, it is about that in life. And if you aren't doing that, or if you're feeling really, you know, if you're finding yourself in this rut, or you're getting triggered, or you don't understand, and you're not sure what's happening, set up a call with me, and I promise to post in you know, in the group, a way to set up a call with me so that you can seriously dive underneath this, release this, change your patterns, and really be who you are, which is a loving woman that deserves to have the kind of partnership that she desires. Get on the fast track to love. Seriously, you know, I know a lot of people that will put their toe in there, and then, learn how to date effectively, get into a relationship, and then not know how to keep a loving relationship strong and growing, like a fire, like the way you stoke a fireplace. It's a beautiful thing. So again, you guys, I hope this is helpful. Let me know, send me comments, questions. I'm here to support and help you. And I want to see you really have the amazing partnership that you deeply desire. All right, have a great night. Mwah.